Chapter 22, Kelsey. I cocked my head to one side and listened to their fray coming from the living room. Do you hear those two out there? It's expected, Kelsey. They both care about you. Something tells me Cassius wouldn't approve of any creature you date. You're probably right about that. He wasn't 100% behind the consort match with Colt. He just thought it was my best option. I sit at the table. So, what did you want to talk about? The tall reaper removes his jacket, places it on the back of the chair, and sits across from me. He loosens his tie and rolls up his sleeves. I want to be sure you understand what you're doing. We can't undo it once it's done. I know. Tell me why you're willing to help Victor. You haven't known him long. I play with the salt and pepper shakers in the middle of the table. It's hard to explain. When we first met, I felt this spark between us. You know that feeling you get when you've been traveling for a long time and you finally go home? Explain. If you're on the road a lot, no matter how nice your hotel room, it's not the same as home. Then when you finally get home, it's like everything speaks to you and it just feels right. You're comfortable again. You're grateful to be home. That's how it is with Victor. He's like finally coming home. He feels right. Nathan's forehead puckers and he tilts his head to the side. I've never heard it put quite like that. You have marks all over the world. Don't you love it when you get the chance to go home? I don't have a home. I no longer have that privilege, but I know what you mean. He pauses for a beat or two. Victor and I have talked about the concept of soulmates. Are you familiar with it? Yeah, it doesn't happen with Lillian, though. I want you to take the labels off the table. If you help Victor, we won't easily define what you might become if your DNA changes. Soulmates are not something inherent in just one species. It knows no boundaries or barriers. The fates determine who should ultimately be together. The sisters don't pay any attention to species dictates. So this soulmate thing is possible between Victor and me? Yes. He speaks of the same spark. Plus, I saw your souls reach out to each other. I have another question. Go ahead. You were promised to the son of the Najax. Do you care for him? No. I don't really know Colt. The same can be said about Victor. Touché. But with Victor it's different. I want to know him better. Nathan rubs his chin. Okay. If it weren't for Victor, do you think you would have developed feelings for Colt? No. I've known him for years. He's attractive, but we move in different circles. Victor has been the only being that I felt something more than just a physical attraction for. Nathan nods. Soulmates. If you believe you are ready to help Victor, then I will help you. As long as you know there are no guarantees other than his hunger will cease. I understand. He stands. I suggest we get started then. Nathan and I enter the living room. Victor is sitting on the sofa. He looks up at us with glassy eyes. The grayish hue to his skin is deathly. Dark veins like wavy tendrils peek out over the top of his shirt collar. What's the verdict? He asks. I'm going to help you. I glance around the room. Where's my brother? He said he had someone coming to the shop. I guess it's for the best. At least I won't have to continue listening to them fight. How do we do this? Victor pats the cushion beside him. Sit down and relax. I sit down with my hands in my lap, but I'm anything but relaxed. Now what? Did Nathan explain his role to you? I'm here, the Reaper injects, to help you keep you from passing over. Passing over? I ask. Dying. I'll watch your lifeline and pull you back before you go over the edge. What if things go wrong? Victor touches my cheek, grabbing my attention. It won't. But, and then he does the unexpected. He lowers his mouth to mine as if his lips could erase all my doubts and fears. The kiss deepens. Oh, Siren, I could go on like this forever, but I feel the tremor in Victor's muscles. We need to get this over and done for his sake. Reluctantly, I drag my lips away. Do you trust me? He asks. Yes, I whisper. He runs an icy finger across my bottom lip. Then let me do this. Okay. My voice shakes. Lie back. Victor guides my body down on the sofa before he positions himself over me. I glance into his dark eyes. They are full of an intense, desperate hunger I've never seen. His ivory fangs lower. In that instant, the guy I care about disappears. A bloodthirsty monster takes his place. I'd be lying if I said this version of Victor didn't scare the crap out of me. Try to relax, Kelsey. I won't hurt you, he mumbles. He grazes my neck with his lips. The touch dulls the spot right before I feel the pressure. I close my eyes. His canines breach my skin. I gasp. The next sound I hear is Victor's greedy gulps. All the earlier apprehension I had slowly dissipates. A burst of intense pleasure takes its place while my blood flows freely into his mouth. It reminds me of the ecstasy derived from stealing essence. Pure passion. Images of the happiest times in my life flash inside my mind. Myself as a little girl playing with Mom, my first day of school, meeting Lena, and then Victor. Heat radiates throughout my chest. The contentment I feel is strange. I want to bask in the moment and continue enjoying the bliss, but there's something dark and terrifying waiting for me. Its icy fingers grasp my heart and claw at my brain. It drags me under. Whatever this thing is tears at my body, threatening to rip my spirit from my flesh. Another presence fights its way in. It's trying to hold the two halves of myself, the corporeal and the ethereal, together. But I can't fight the darkness. It wants to win.